We're joined now by Sky News producer Luke O'Brien, who's at the festival. And Luke, have you heard anything about today's events?
No, we haven't, Anna. We're still waiting kind of on official confirmation from event organisers whether today and tomorrow will go ahead or not. But you'd have to say people here, there's kind of a nervous energy. People are kind of waiting to see what will happen because people yesterday were waiting. People here who've been staying in Byron or staying in other towns who are then heading in and out each day for the festival, we're kind of waiting for official confirmation yesterday for ages. And we're kind of hearing reports from media first off before they got the official word that yesterday's event was cancelled. So I guess until people hear from Splendour's organisers that they, and possibly tomorrow, officially going ahead, I can't see people hopping on buses and heading to the event site at North Byron Parklands anytime soon.
Yeah, indeed, some punters have been expressing their frustration at what they say is a lack of communication from event organisers. Do you think that that could have been done better when the weather event happened as it did yesterday?
Oh, 100%. Obviously, there's going to be challenges, and I do feel for event organisers. This is the first time they've been able to run this event in 3 years because of COVID, and they've been hit by what is really horrible weather. But you were hearing reports from the media before you were getting official words, and Facebook groups as well, people there at the site. You're getting more information from them than you were from organisers, kind of stuff being leaked out. So it was, I don't know how, they probably should have done it better in terms of getting information to people, because while we were waiting for buses to get to the event, we saw heaps of people on buses going past already heading to North Byron Parklands, who then would have rocked up only to find that the event was cancelled. They weren't letting people in, but then had to catch a half-an-hour bus back. I've heard stories of people paying Ubers or taxis $70, $80, even $100 to get back to Byron or other areas around where the festival is, just so they can head back to where their accommodation is.
Yeah, certainly not ideal. And you were lucky enough to be staying in an Airbnb, but do you know anyone who is camping?
Yeah, we do know a few people who are camping either at North Byron Parklands, the actual festival side, or at some of the other campsites around there. And you can just see from the images that I've received, either from them or from other people who are at the festival, it just looks horrible, especially Friday night. That was kind of the worst of the weather, Thursday into Friday, but even last night as well. You could hear, and thankfully, obviously, we're at an Airbnb, we've got a roof over our head, but you can just hear the wind and the rain just coming through. And if you're in a tent, saw pictures as well of people's tarps or canopies being blown away, and just the amount of groundwater as well, where their tents are literally set up on floodwater. And it just must be horrible. I can't imagine what it's like.
Certainly. And on a good note, though, after organisers cancelled yesterday's festival, a few of the main acts made an appearance at the Beach Hotel in Byron Bay. Is that right?
Yeah, that was one of the great things, actually, was once we kind of found out the festival was cancelled yesterday, I think a lot of people who are in Byron kind of realised, okay, surely things are going to be happening here. Let's find out when we can. So we ended up lining at the Beach Hotel, not realising there was going to be live music on. And by that stage, that was around 2:30, the line already stretched around the block, and it just got longer and longer and longer. Thankfully, we were able to get in, and you had acts. It was like Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever managed to get on. I'm a really big fan, so I was really stoked about that. Confidence Man, another act, to the DJ set, and then later on there was Baker Boy. But it wasn't just limited to the Beach House in Byron either. There were other pubs in Byron hosting festival acts that were supposed to play yesterday, as well as in Kingscliff, and there was another hotel as well that I can't remember off the top of my head. But there were quite a few acts who were doing all they could to try and play for people. I thought that was really nice. I think it kind of points to the spirit in general. People are really disappointed and angry at what happened yesterday, but they're understanding about it. And I think they're trying to make the best of a bad situation where while they can't go to the festival, it's either, okay, let's head into town, let's try and see some other acts. But you've also seen people as well who have Airbnbs and people who are camping saying, we've got an extra bed, or we've got a spare room, or we've got a spare garden, come tent at our place. So come camp at our place. So I think the vibe and the feeling around it, people are really trying to be making the best of a bad situation. That's been really nice to see. There is anger, there is frustration, but people are trying to make the best out of it.
Yeah, certainly a really positive vibe there. Luke O'Brien, thank you. I hope you get down to the festival over the weekend. Have some fun, but stay dry doing so.
Thanks, Anna.